Hello people, my name is Jimmy and today I have one very important question for you. Is it important in the grand scheme of life? Is it going to make any difference to the inevitability of your death? No, but it's YouTube, so let's give it a go. Should Rocket League be exempt from criticism for bringing in paid DLC microtransaction luck-based crates? Purely on the basis that it is an indie game currently retailing for about $20, £20 give or take, and not a $60, £50 AAA title that has already taken a fair wedge of your money. I don't know what to think of this. On one hand, it's very good to see that Rocket League is continuing to grow and add things to a game that could have otherwise gotten very tired very quickly, and it's got a very strong community, which is always nice to see from such a small and surprising game. But on the other hand, it's a tactic which kind of makes me feel a little bit dirty, like I need to wash myself in bleach. Crates. Oh my god, crates. See, for me, content should be earned throughout the game, even if it's just cosmetic. It keeps my interest going and it just kind of kills my vibe and my immersion. Buzzword 101. To see the fact that in-game menus have blinking lights to buy DLC, roll the dice with cosmetic DLC and all that kind of nonsense that just takes me out of it. It's one of the reasons why I've sort of fallen out of love with Overwatch a little bit. Its loot box system is completely flawed and it is bullshit. That being said though, perhaps Psyonix initially underestimated the potential of the game and its success. I mean, they probably would have expected it to become this big and this well beloved. So that might be why they initially sort of undercharged for it at about $20, which really isn't much for the hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of entertainment and content it brings with you, free or paid. So should it be exempt just because it's an indie game? Well, it's nice to give indie people some love back, the indie developers that put a lot of effort into making their passions and dreams come to life. Oh my god, I sound like a Hallmark movie. But anyway, the problem some indie developers find when they release a game is that that is then their main monetary stream. Once that game is purchased and there's no way to buy any more parts of it or any more pieces of content, everyone who knows about it will then probably have already played it, and so the potential for revenue kind of creeps down gradually over time. And it happens with most games, which is why we're seeing more of an introduction of DLC in indie games, like most recently Layers of Fear, which surprisingly had a pretty hefty piece of DLC added onto it for a little small price, probably just as a little sort of profit booster for the company who did deserve it, I'll say that. But this gambling kind of thing that Rocket League is trying to do lands it in a pretty awkward kind of grey area where it's kind of saying spend more money for something that doesn't matter and keep spending it until eventually you get lucky and get that unicorn pink hat that you always wanted for your car. We saw it quite famously with Payday 2 when they were all like, nah, we won't do microtransactions, mate, how dare you, we hate them. And then one day they were like, yeah, mate, we're doing microtransactions now. We never said anything to begin with, shut up. And that didn't go down well, as you would expect. So where does that leave Rocket League? Should its gambling sort of system remain intact and without criticism? I'm sure there's people out there that will criticise it, but the fact that there isn't such wide scorn of it as it is with other games when this kind of thing happens is a little bit strange. I was expecting to see more of an outcry of annoyance and outrage, but that's not been the case. Whether it's just because they're an indie developer that are trying to do things right, or people just have very short memories, I'm not too sure. I'm kind of on the fence on it. I can see the pros and cons of doing this. I'm not particularly for them introducing a gambling sort of mechanic into the game, but I'm also not completely against a small team getting some revenue that they kind of deserve. It's a strange one. Anyway, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below, and thanks for watching. Bye!